for today's starting lineups. First for Evangel, starting at guard, 5'11" junior from Cartago, Costa Rica. Number 0, Enrique Alvarado. At the other guard, 6'4" senior from Rolla, Missouri. Number 2, Josh Pritchett. At the other guard, 5'11" senior from Grand Bahama Island. Number 5, Edro Martinborough. At the other guard, 6'1" senior from Springfield, Missouri. Number 10, Audrey Accord. And at forward, 6'7" junior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 21, Bryce Hunt. Evangel's post by Burt Cable, assisted by Jackson Cable. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 6'1" sophomore from Lorain, Ohio. Number 5, Ed Wright. At the other guard, 6'3" freshman from Dayton, Ohio. Number 11, Makai Elmore. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from McPherson, Kansas. Number 13, Jake Alexander. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from Olathe, Kansas. Number 25, Anthony Brown. And at forward, 6'8" junior from Kansas City, Missouri. Number 23, Caleb Jones McCreary. The Pioneers are coached by Adam Hefner, assisted by Hudson Welty, Brody Bell, and Jacob Reddy. Tonight's referees are Rick Fields, David Highfield, and Chris Stevens.
Well, welcome into the Cook Center, where we're set for some Heart of America Conference action between two of the most high-powered offenses in the conference. The visiting Evangel University Valor playing their final game, the regular season game anyway, here in the Cook Center as a member of the Heart of America Conference, as they'll join the KCAC next season. The Pioneers lost a tight one up in Springfield back in November. At the time, Evangel was undefeated on the season. We've seen them twice in the Cook Center as they came down and played in the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic. Evangel sits in a tie for second place in the Heart standings with Baker, Peru State. Pioneers just below that group, and a chance still to fight their way into a home playoff game, as the standings are all jumbled up here in the Heart of America. So we got two big-time games to close out the season here at home, and none bigger than playing a ranked team in the Evangel Valor here on a Thursday night. Bryce Hunt, a welcome sight for Evangel fans, back in the lineup and wins the tip. Manrique Alvarado gets things started. Evangel going to run that motion offense. No set plays aside from maybe a lob to Martinborough out of a timeout. They're going to run a ton of old-school Bobby Knight motion offense as Makai Elmore pokes it free from Martinborough. Martinborough able to get it back. It eventually turns it over. Spin move. Alexander was sitting on it. And Elmore in transition. Ed Wright gets the scoring started with the layup off the right side. Great defensive possession from the freshman Makai Elmore. Turned the turnover into an easy basket for Ed Wright. Early 2-0 lead for the Pioneers. Alvarado to Josh Pritchett, who's soon to be a first-team all-conference player. Again, I think he was a year ago, if not a couple of times. Number 2 in the maroon jerseys. He can really fill it up, does everything for the Valor. And fifth-year starter Idriel Martinborough's mid-range jumper rattles out. Come the Pioneers in transition. They get it to Jones McCrary, kicks it out to Elmore. Extra pass, Anthony Brown. Got a defender off his feet, little Euro step, floater off the mark, but there's Jake Alexander for the putback. Great offensive possession, ball movement, drive the closeout, and Alexander cleans up the mess with the easy 2. 4-0 lead early for the Pioneers, who have got off to good starts time and time again here at home. Flare screen, Accord goes inside to Pritchett. Again, Pritchett, such a tough cover, can score it from anywhere. Goes one-footed fadeaway over Ed Wright off the mark, but Accord the rebound. Alvarado resets the offense out top. They try to get it inside to Pritchett on the curl, and Alexander steals it away. 2-on-1 break. Alexander to Anthony Brown for the dunk. The alley-oop. The 2 4-year starters connect on the alley-oop finish as Jake Alexander gets the steal and the assist, and Anthony Brown throws it down. A 6-0 start for the Pioneers. Pritchett out top now with the switch on Elmore. Ed Wright guards Acord out top. Acord, a phenomenal on-ball defender, doesn't shoot it a ton. Bryce Hunt sure does, and he buries the triple from outside. Hunt, a physical player, does his work inside, but can step out and knock down the triple as we saw there. Jones McCreary goes right back at him and through the chest of Bryce Hunt, the Division I transfer. Caleb, no issue going up and over that time. He's on the board with 2. 4 different Pioneers on the scoreboard already, combining for the 8 points in the early 5-point lead. Lob over the top to Hunt. Jones McCreary comes over and help and blocks the first shot attempt. Bryce Hunt able to gather the second one and put it up and in. He's got all 5 Valor points. And Ed Wright with the fancy behind the back to the bucket. Ed Wright cooking with gas here early. Behind the back, easy bucket on the right side. 10-5 lead. I don't think the Pioneers have had an empty possession yet. Martinborough thought about a 3, turned it down. Mekhi Elmore guards him out top. Evangel not going to set a lot of ball screens. They're a pin down and flare screen, back screen type of team. It's a lot of off-ball motion, which is so difficult to guard because you can't scout it. There's no pattern to it. But you can scout the individual players and their tendencies, and that time Manrique Alvarado gets all the way into the rim, lost the ball, last touch off Alvarado, so another turnover. It's Pioneer basketball. Elmore being pressured out top by Martinborough. Going to get the Pioneers in a set. Looking to go to Alexander, not there. Instead, Mekhi has to drive in, tries to make something happen, and lost it. Alvarado comes away with the steal. Bryce Hunt swings it across to Pritchett. Pritchett now inside Martinborough. Good ball movement. Acord going to take a 3 from the top of the key. I know the Pioneers will live with that shot selection. Acord, a great player, not a great shooter. Elmore in transition, so quick all the way to the cup. Couldn't get that left-handed finish to drop. Great crowd in the Cook Center tonight. We've got a bunch of kids here in the student section, little kids, not college kids, joining the Pioneer student section, and people filling up the upper deck now on the opposite end of the Cook Center. We've got an official timeout as Bryce Hunt is walking gingerly off to the sideline, and that's not good news if you're an Evangel fan. He's really favoring that left leg and has actually just walked right out of the Cook Center and going to be tended to by the training staff. So Jace Coffey into the ball game for the Pioneers, or excuse me, for the Valor, 15 in the dark jerseys. I'm being told it's Nazarene Youth Night, so the kids from across the parking lot over at College Church of the Nazarene and maybe other Nazarene churches around the area filling up the arena, showing some support for the Pioneers tonight. There's a steal off the trap. Double team came from Jace Coffey. He gets the steal and the bucket, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point ball game. Josh Pritchett is bleeding. He is pleading with the official to give him a chance to wipe the blood off his nose. Officials finally stop play. I'm not sure. He got blood on his hands. I'm not sure if his nose is bleeding or if he got it from somebody else, but Josh Pritchett will exit, and looks like he is holding his nose, try to get that nosebleed to stop. And Steven Salvi into the ballgame for the first time for Evangel. Brooks Langer, the sophomore from Harrisonville, Missouri, in for the Pioneers. Great pass from Mekhi Elmore. Drops one off for Caleb Jones McCrary, and Caleb dunks one home. So Pioneers living above the rim here in the first 5 minutes, out to a 12-9 lead. Acord swings to Salvi. Now back to Acord. Shot fakes. You stay down on that. And 3 rattles out by Manrique Alvarado, who is a capable shooter. You don't want to see him take a lot of open threes. Pick and roll out top. Evangel puts 2 on the ball in that hard hedge. Jones McCrary kicks to Langer. Brooks Langer's 3 up and good. Brooks Langer checks in and immediately knocks down a triple in the corner. It's at a 15-9 lead for the Pioneers. Illegal screen. Jace Coffey going to be whistled for it. Coffey fighting for position at the top of the key there. Just whistled for the moving screen. Never got set. Ed Wright likes a matchup with Makai Elmore and a freshman off the bench, Garrett DeVault, who's checked in for Evangel. And DeVault picks up full court, applying a little bit of ball pressure on Elmore. Makai going to get it right back. This is an isolation, trying to get Makai going downhill to his left hand. They do. He's got a switch on Brock Smith and a great cut to Ed Wright. Makai got the switch, had a mismatch, and help came out of the corner. Ed Wright, such a crafty offensive player, cuts out of the corner where the help came from, gets the easy two. Good offense here early on by the Pioneers. Brock Smith, the Drury transfer, can really shoot it from outside. That time it's DeVault, the freshman, off the mark. Anthony Brown throws the long outlet, deflected out of bounds. Smith able to recover, got back and deflected it right into the Evangel bench, but it'll be Pioneer basketball on the sideline. It's a heck of a start for the home team. Anthony Brown gets it high post to Jones McCrary, who's being held out top by Salvi. Salvi whistled for the personal. First personal, just the second team foul of the ballgame. Pioneers 0 team fouls here about 6.5 minutes in. That's only number 2 on Evangel. Makai directs traffic, goes high post to Anthony Brown. Dangerous pass, Brown able to get to it. Langer wants to go inside to Jones McCrary. Jace Coffey does a nice job fronting the post. Elmore crossover into the paint, lost it, got it to Jones McCrary, and there's Ed Wright once again cutting out of the corner for the easy layup. This time it's Jones McCrary with the assist, and Ed Wright's got 8 points here early on. A 19-9 lead as Kobe Reese heads to the scorer's table to check in for the Pioneers, and good news for Evangel, Josh Pritchett set to check back in as well. Alvarado, fancy footwork, drops one off. It went off the foot of Jace Coffey, but he was able to recover. Got Jones McCrary off his feet and scores off the shot fake. Coffey now with 4. Elmore right to the cup. Got DeVault to fly by and lays it in off the glass. Makai Elmore, such a tough cover one-on-one. Freshman on freshman matchup. And Makai gets the bucket to drop. He's got 2. All 5 starters have scored for the Pioneers. DeVault wide open for 3. Could check the win, and off back rim, no good. Elmore the rebound. Pioneers have numbers. Drops it off for Jones McCrary, and Caleb's going to dunk one home. Couldn't get off the rim as Alvarado was underneath him, and Caleb gets the dunk, and we're going to have a timeout. Evangel 30-second timeout. Makai Elmore leading the charge, drops off another assist, and Jones McCrary with the Pioneers' 4th dunk here in the first 8 minutes. Out to an early 12-point lead. We'll be back at MNUsports.com. So Josh Pritchett back into the ballgame for Evangel, handles out top, swings it to Smith left side. Salvi top of the key off the pin down. Langer did a nice job blowing it up on the curl. Got to be careful. He came off of Brock Smith, who can really shoot it from downtown. Pritchett one-on-one on the post with Elmore. That's a size advantage, and Pritchett takes advantage. Gets the drop step and the bucket to go off the block. Ed Wright in transition before you can blink, got all the way to the bucket. Shot was blocked by Jace Coffey. And both guys hit the deck. Ed Wright appears to be just fine, but man, he got down the floor in a hurry, and good timing by Coffey, able to meet it at the rim. Elmore has to throw it in all the way out near midcourt to Wright. He gets a screen from Kobe Reese out top. Reese rolls into the bucket. Pioneers do a good job moving the ball off that ball screen when Evangel puts 2 on it, and Elmore's 3 from the corner knocks it down. Makai Elmore buries the triple. He's got 5, and the Pioneers have a 13-point lead against one of the better teams in the country, sitting in second place here in the Heart of America Conference, 26-13 early. Coffee, handoff with Salvi on the wing. Elmore does a nice job fighting through, doesn't get hit with the screen. Reese one-on-one with Coffee. Coffee to the rim, and Kobe Reese whistle for the foul. Coffee going to go to the line for an and one. Coffee, an undersized post player, but plays so hard. Strong, physical, stands just 6'5", which is not by any means a towering presence at the 5 spot in the college game, but effective inside. It's Coffee. So redshirt junior out of Florida. A lot of Florida influence on this Evangel roster. As head coach Bert Capel spent some time on the Florida State coaching staff and amongst other places, and has plenty of ties to the Southeast region. Done a heck of a job, just his second year at the helm. Mackay over the top to Kobe Reese, who had post position, and he got Coffee off his feet. Reese going to go to the line for 2. Great pass out top by Elmore. Kobe went up and got it. Earns himself a trip to the charity stripe. That's a big whistle because it's the second foul on Jace Coffee, and Bryce Hunt exited the ball game early, who's set to check back in, but was hobbled a bit, and no noticeable limp as he comes back into the ball game. Evangel has a couple other options at the 5 spot. A 6'10" senior Chandler Oriaki, who doesn't see a lot of minutes, as well as senior Ike Egwu, who's played a lot of minutes in his career, but has been used sparingly here this season. Pritchett between the legs, blow by to the rim, missed the dunk, got hung on the front of the rim, and Anthony Brown off in transition the other way, throws one down on top of 2 Evangel Valor. Martinborough and Acord under the goal. Anthony Brown with the two-handed slam. You hear it so often, if there's a missed layup on one and that time a missed dunk from Pritchett, it results in a layup or a dunk the other way, and Anthony Brown able to take advantage, and that's going to be the second foul on Kobe Reese. Josh Pritchett gets the layup to drop and 1. So Reese picks up his second, and he'll have to exit the game. They'll put Caleb Jones-McCrary back into the ballgame. Just 11 seconds until the under 10 media timeout. And Pritchett gets the free throw to drop and makes this a 10-point ball game. 29-19, Pioneers off to a blistering start offensively. Elmore looking for Langer out top off the zipper cut. Dribble handoff action to Anthony Brown. He attacks off the ball screen. Brown had to get it to Alexander in the corner, and Josh Pritchett got his hands on it and stole it away. So Pritchett doing it on both ends right now for Evangel. No surprise. Anthony Brown jumps the passing lane, just about had another transition dunk, but Acord able to recover. That is a matchup to watch. 2, no doubt, first-team all-conference players in Pritchett and Anthony Brown. Hunt gets the little baseline pass from Acord and missed the bunny. Jones-McCrary there to clean up the defensive glass, and Elmore just lost it. Turns it over. Pritchett in transition. Going to be fouled by Mackay to stop the layup, and that'll take us to the under 10 media timeout. So Elmore will pick up his first personal. Both teams now with 3 team fouls, and we'll hit the under 10 media timeout. 29-19 lead for the Pioneers. We'll be back in 1 minute. MNUsports.com. Alvarado inbounds, has to throw it out top to Bryce Hunt. Hunt looking to go to Pritchett in the corner and does. He takes a three off the screen and back rim no good. Alexander able to track down the rebound but had to hit the deck to do so and calls timeout just to save possession. Good play by the senior. Alexander grabs the board, saves possession, and takes a quick 30-second timeout. So we'll be right back at MNUsports.com. Elmore brings it across against Martinboro's pressure, and they go over the top to Jones-McCrary. Bryce Hunt got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds, saves a layup or a dunk. Pioneers like to run that set coming out of a timeout, overload a side, and get Caleb Jones-McCrary a high-low opportunity. It was there, just couldn't quite complete it. Anthony Brown and Josh Pritchett tangle it up on the inbound, just has to be separated. Just talking about where each player is allowed to stand before the ball's inbounded, and Anthony Brown fouled immediately. Evangel making it a point to be physical with Anthony Brown early. First personal on Josh Pritchett. Evangel, a physical team, always are, but Anthony Brown has seen just about anything you can throw at him. A first-team all-conference player and All-American, not going to be phased. Acord grabs the defensive board off of Alexander's missed three-point attempt from the top of the key. Ed Wright matched up with Pritchett. Now they switch Jones-McCrary onto him. So Wright battling with big Bryce Hunt in the post, and that's advantage Valor. Hunt goes up over the top for the easy two. Autry Acord, a pass defensively, just hounds the basketball, applies ball pressure. I would imagine he leads the league in steals. I don't have it in front of me, but Makai Elmore just ignored it, blows right by him for the easy layup with the right hand. The smooth left-handed freshman goes right that time for the easy deuce. And Jones-McCrary got a piece of the pass. Deflection for Caleb, steal for Elmore, and Mackay in transition. Drops another one off for Jones-McCrary. He had an easy dunk. Wipe it off the board. They're going to get Elmore for an offensive foul after the pass. So he drops the pass off, but momentum carried him into the defender in transition. So that's Mackay's second personal. It's the fourth team foul on the Pioneers, but Mackay and Kobe Reese, each with two, find themselves on the bench. So this is an interesting group. The Pioneers have struggled at times with Elmore off the floor because he's really the only true point guard. Anthony Brown and Ed Wright, plenty capable of the ball handling responsibilities, but takes them out of their natural scoring positions. Brown guarding on the right wing. Now Martinborough attacks from the top of the key. Pull-up jumper off the mark. Good defense by Wright. Jones-McCrary the rebound, threw it away. Was looking for Alexander. Alexander was trying to put his head down and get to the rim. Pull up two in transition. Apparently a three. I thought his foot was on the line, but Josh Pritchett buries a three. This kid can really score in bunches. I mean, multiple 30-point games, and he's already in double figures with 10. It was a three just behind the line. Pioneers go to Anthony Brown in the post. They're going to double him in the post at every opportunity. He's seen two bodies just about all night. His 4 points, both dunks in transition. He's in the half court. Evangel is sending two guys at number 25. And Anthony goes out to Ed Wright on the inbounds. Wright one-on-one with Martinborough. Here comes the high ball screen from Jones-McCrary. Skip pass, wide open in the corner. Alexander didn't handle it cleanly. Has to attack and drops one off for Anthony Brown, who missed the dunk. Anthony just didn't have a handle on it. Got his own miss and puts it back up and in. So no assist for Jake Alexander, who made a nice play to get in the paint and drop it off for Anthony Brown, but he gets the offensive rebound and the putback, so no harm done. And a 9-point lead for the Pioneers. Martinborough just about threw it away. Brown active in the passing lanes, but not that time. Coffey, 3, left it short, got his own miss. Drives right at Jones McCrary and scores. Jace Coffey going to go to the line for one more. And Jones McCrary whistled for the foul, and Coach Hepker pleading his case, tried to go straight vertical. The official saying there's a lot of body contact. Body contact is legal if the defender is jumping vertical. You don't have to just get out of the way. They're not going to change the call, and Coffey at the line misses the free throw, so no harm done on the scoreboard, but it's a personal foul on Jones McCrary, who is a vital piece of the Pioneer team, especially when Kobe Reese already has 2. The 2 big fellas that man the 5 spot. Ed Wright has to become a safety valve all the way out near half court. Hesitates, gets into the paint. Ed having to reach deep into the bag of tricks that time as great defender Autry Acord able to cut him off after 2, 3, 4 attempts to get to the bucket. Salvi in the paint now. The lefty lost it on the way up. Good hands. Ed Wright poked it away, and Jones McCrary the rebound. Pioneers can push. No numbers now. Evangel back in transition. And blocking foul on Salvi. Man, it has been a physical game on that end of the floor.
Foul's number 20, Steven Salvi. That's his second personal, 5th team foul.
Second personal on Salvi, the 5th team foul. Both teams at 5, so as physical as it's been on both ends, neither team in the bonus. Just 5:46 to go here in the first half. Pioneers had 28 at the under 10-minute mark and just 5 points since, so the pace has slowed. Get it up top to Jones McCrary. They're going to isolate Ed Wright on the right side. Now back to Anthony Brown. High pick and roll comes. Swung to Ed Wright where the help came from, and Wright knocks down the triple. That is beautiful basketball by the Pioneers. They know Evangel's going to put 2 on the ball in the high pick and roll, which forced Autry Acord to come help on the roller. Left Ed Wright open for 3, and he executes, knocks down the triple. As Jake Alexander makes a big defensive play on the far sideline, pokes it away. Last touch by Evangel, and Alexander steals another possession for the Pioneers. Ed Wright in double figures with 11. He and Pritchett, the only 2 players to reach double figures here early. Wright off the zipper cut. Going to get a high ball screen from Jones McCrary. Lost the handle. Acord got a piece of it. He was able to save it before it went out of bounds. So out of sync possession for the Pioneers. Alexander attacks off the wing, kicks to Wright. He gets into the paint. Floater, got it. Got it off just in time. It was a 50-50 call as to whether that was going to be an offensive foul or a block, and I think he got it off just before Pritchett was able to get set. So Josh Pritchett whistled for the block. That's 2 fouls on Pritchett, and it's going to send Ed Wright to the line for 2. Had such a good free throw shooter, flirting around 90% all year long. Capitalizes at the line. And Ed goes 2 for 2. Lead back to 12 for the Pioneers. Alvarado picks his dribble up way out top. Acord comes to the rescue. Evangel never going to change out of that motion offense. That is what they hang their hat on. May get a drag ball screen in transition, and they run 1 alley-oop set, and that's about it. Brooks Langer with good hands on the baseline, stripped it away from Alvarado, and here comes Ed Wright. Wright swings it to Langer. Brooks' floater from the baseline, no good, and Wright skies for the offensive rebound. He hits the deck and is tied up there by a couple of red jerseys. Pioneers will keep possession. Arrow in that favor.
Substitute for Evangel, number 21, Bryce Hunt.
Bryce Hunt will check back in for Evangel. excuse me, he's going to head right back to the bench. No substitution. Evangel playing without a true big. Salvi, just 6'5", is really a guard. I think their biggest player on the floor, and nobody at the rim to meet Jake Alexander. So well executed baseline out of bounds play. Alexander finds himself all alone for the easy two. Pioneers playing what they call X defense, where Caleb Jones-McCrary is guarding a perimeter player in DeVault and giving him all kinds of space and will provide help at the rim, as he does right there. Martinborough to the rim, but Jones-McCrary forces the miss. Offensive rebound and putback no good. Caleb cleans up the rebound. So excellent scouting report defense by the Pioneers on that possession. And we'll see more of the same until Bryce Hunt can check back into the ballgame. They're going to get Alexander for an illegal screen on the handoff. Just stuck the hip out. So we've seen an illegal screen on both teams, and now both teams in the 1-on-1 bonus the remainder of the first half, sitting at 6 fouls. Just the first on Alexander. DeVault on the wing. Given all kinds of cushion by Jones-McCrary. Bryce Hunt is in the ballgame now, but Pioneers are going to stay in this X defense. Alexander matched up with the bigger Bryce Hunt, but again, he's going to have help by Jones-McCrary, who's sagging way off of DeVault.
That's his first 17th foul.
Ed Wright picks up his first personal away from the ball, and it's going to send Bryce Hunt to the line for 1-and-1. Hunt left it short. Anthony Brown comes down with the rebound, so Ed Wright picks up his first personal, but it results in an empty possession for Evangel. Brown hounded out top by Martinborough. So many good on-ball defenders for Evangel. A lot of contact, finally a whistle, and that's going to send Anthony Brown to the line for a 1-and-1.
Foul number 5, Edgar Martinborough. That's his first 17th foul.
Anthony going to go to the line. First personal on Martinborough, both teams in the 1-and-1. Again, Evangel being extremely physical with Anthony. Brown's done a nice job keeping his composure. He's got 6, 2 dunks in transition, an offensive rebound and putback, and now adding to it at the line. As well-rounded a player as there is in the NAIA. Just 3:04 to go in the first half. Brown goes 2 for 2 at the line. And Brock Smith will check into the ballgame for DeVault, and so Pioneers will get out of the X defense and put Jones-McCrary back onto Bryce Hunt and match everybody up man-to-man. As Smith, a terrific shooter from the three-point line. Acord to Hunt out top. Pioneers switching everything right now in their 5 defense. They're switching 1 through 5. Langer switches on to Martinborough, and Alexander lost sight of Acord. Autry Acord with the backdoor cut in the layup. Jones-McCrary relieving a bit of pressure, brings it across himself, and Ed Wright to the cup, gets the hanging finish between 2 Valor defenders. Edward G. Wright, and the G is for get buckets. 44-28. Pioneers with a chance to add to it. Wright swings it across to Anthony Brown. In transition, he's going to be fouled again by Alvarado outside. Alvarado just came and wrapped him up, so Anthony couldn't get a layup in transition. That's going to send Brown right back to the free throw line. And here comes DeVault back into the ballgame, so the Pioneers will get out of that 5 defense and go right back into that X defense with Jones-McCrary playing in extra help off of DeVault, I would imagine. We'll see. Brown off the mark on the front end of the 1-and-1. It's an empty trip. And there it is. Jones-McCrary on DeVault and staying in the paint. DeVault thought about a 3 and blows right by Jones-McCrary for the layup. So the last thing you want to do in X defense is run at the non-shooter at the three-point line, and DeVault able to bait Jones-McCrary into the head fake and the blow-by for the layup. Nice play by the freshman. Skip pass, corner. Langer thought about a 3. He goes baseline drive. Drive, kick, extra. That's a Pioneer staple, and Ed Wright knocks it down. Mama, there goes that man. Ed Wright with 18 in the first half. Pioneers' lead is 17. And Wright has been a handful offensively here in the first. Great box out from Ed that time. Prevented an offensive rebound opportunity and gets the Pioneers an extra possession. So doing a little bit of everything. Jones McCurry one-on-one in the post with Bryce Hunt. Blocking foul as Hunt tried to draw a charge and went down. He had that premeditated, was ready to go down the moment Caleb put the ball on the floor, and it's good officiating. Baseline referee doesn't reward the premeditated drop to the floor by Hunt. So first personal on Bryce, and Jones McCurry will head to the line for a 1-and-1. Certainly contact there, but was it truly a charge, or was it a player who had their mind made up to go down? Caleb knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. Pioneers will shoot 2 if there's any further whistles on Evangel, as it's sitting at 19 fouls currently. And splits the pair. So 48-30 lead for the Pioneers. What a start offensively. Just absolutely driven by Ed Wright and his 18 points here in the first. Evangel goes over the top to Bryce Hunt. Double team came. Jones McCurry eventually left. And a skip pass into the corner, deflected out of bounds by Jake Alexander. Sideline inbounds. DeVault gets it to Acord. Across the top to Adriel Martinborough. He blows by, gets right to the bucket, and he's fouled by Jones McCurry. So Caleb picks up his second. And Adriel Martinborough, the senior guard, grad senior from the Bahamas, to the line for a couple. First free throw rattles out. .45 seconds, so 15-second difference between shot and game clock. If Pioneers go real fast, it could go 2 for 1, and they're not going to do so. Going to slow things down, run a set. Pistol action, get it to Anthony Brown. He goes baseline drive and was hammered, no call. Brooks Langer comes away with the loose ball. Had it poked away from behind, so empty possession. Evangel can take the last shot if they choose to do so. Just a 1-second difference between shot and game clock. Hunt takes a 3 from the left wing, and Bryce Hunt's 3 off the mark, too strong. Brown battling for the rebound and was poked in the eye, I think. Appears to be okay. 19 seconds, so shot clock is off. It's Pioneer basketball. It should be the final possession of the first half. Pioneers going to run a set here at the 8-second mark. It's Anthony Brown handling out top. Gets a screen from Ed Wright. Goes inside to Jones McCurry. It was poked away from behind. Martinborough heaves up a long 3 at the horse's head and was fouled by Anthony Brown. An absolute bailout of a play as Brown fouls a shooter in Martinborough about 30 feet out as time expires, and he was going to have to heave up a prayer. Just the first personal on Anthony Brown, but Martinborough is going to have 3 free throws to end the first half here. Put 1 second back on the clock, and Martinborough will go to the line.
That was his first personal. 9th team foul. And Martinborough at the line will be shooting 3.
And Adriel Martinborough takes advantage, knocks down the first. Martinborough hits the foul shots, and that'll take us into the halftime break. Ed Wright leads the way with 18 points, and the Pioneers take a 48-34 lead into the break. We got a 15-minute halftime, and we'll be back in the Cook Center for second half of action. Thanks for being with us on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.
This event is sponsored by the members of MNU Association of Student Athletes as part of the Hard Day of Caring initiative. To explain the function of ASA and the Hard Day of Caring, please welcome our ASA Harvard representative, Autumn Wright.
Good evening, everybody. As mentioned, my name is Autumn Wright. I'm a junior nursing major here at MNU, and I'm also on the competitive cheer squad. And I have the pleasure of being the ASA rep for MNU in the Heart of America Conference. So the ASA's purpose is to serve as the voice of all MNU athletes to discuss issues of concerns and offer feedback to our athletics department. In addition, ASA leads many events to create opportunities for our student athletes to serve and give back to the local community. One such event that is promoted and encouraged to all members of the institution of the Heart of America Conference is the Heart Day of Caring. This year we have chosen the Teddy Bear Toss, a fun opportunity for our MNU fans to donate teddy bears to be collected and distributed to children in need in our local community. This event is a collaboration with Harper's Hugs, an organization founded by MNU strength and conditioning and weightlifting coach Whitney Rodden.
Hello, thank you. I just want to share our story real quick. On July 27th, 2016, our family's lives were changed forever. Our 14-month-old daughter, Harper, was struck by a truck as it was slowly pulling forward in front of her in-home childcare. All of the children were out front playing, and as our provider went to put another child in a vehicle, Harper followed her. After experiencing this tremendous loss, we didn't want anyone else to go through this, and we didn't want Harper to be forgotten. So we started Harper's Hugs. We wanted to spread this message of safety around cars and childcare, share the love of Jesus, and share her infamous hugs. She would hug you with her entire body and soul. So we asked people to donate a stuffed animal with her tag on it to a first responder, children's hospital, or anywhere where a child would need a hug. I just want to thank everyone that has participated tonight, our athletic department, our students, and our staff. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to have everybody who's participating come down to the court and line up on the blue outer line. So make sure your toes are outside the line, and we're getting ready to start this teddy bear talk. But before we start tossing the bears, let me give you the few rules that we got. We are asking that all participants to stand on the blue line, and I'm going to count down from 3, and then there'll be 10 seconds on the clock, and you'll have 10 seconds to make your best shot into this bucket right here. Okay, so if more than one person makes it into the target, we'll have Pioneer Pete select a winner from the bucket. If no one makes it in the target, Pioneer Pete is going to choose one at random who's closest to the target. We have two winners. Pioneer, can you close your eyes? Okay, draw one. See if you get one. And the winner is, oh, he has selected the bear. The winner is, let me see, Dawson Cook. Okay. Thank you everybody so much for participating.
Well, welcome back into the Cook Center at Bell Family Arena and Rocky Lamar Court, where we're set for second half of action between your Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers, who find themselves with a 14-point lead over the visiting ranked opponent, Evangel Valor, who have had a just phenomenal season, sitting in second place in the Heart of American Conference standings, or tied for it anyway, and absolutely a national tournament team. And Pioneers got off to a blistering start in the first half thanks to Ed Wright's 18 big points. And it'll be Evangel basketball coming out of the break. You get it to Alvarado out top. Dribble handoff action with Idriel Martinborough. Martinborough takes a step back, what looked like a three, and was actually a post entry pass to Bryce Hunt. And Hunt sealed his defender up the lane and got an easy two. So Bryce Hunt now with 9. Great pass by Martinborough. Elmore picked his dribble up on the sideline, and Acor got a piece of it. Autry Acor is such a good on-ball defender. Evangel hard showing all the way out near midcourt, and Brown was looking for Jones McCreary rolling to the rim. It's stolen away. So just a 12-point ball game now, and Evangel can erase that deficit in a hurry if you're not careful. Martinborough, spin move to the cup, fouled by Alexander. It's going to be the second personal on Jake Alexander, and it's going to send Adriel Martinborough back to the free throw line. The free throw line is where Martinborough ended the first half. Shot 3 free throws after he was fouled on a near half-court heave to end the first half. So been at the line plenty of times. Just an average free throw shooter. Has missed the front end of a 1-and-1 tonight. Rattles out that one. Pioneers fortunate. Really a 5-year starter, Martinborough. Been at Evangel for what feels like longer than that. Played a lot of games in that Valor uniform. Jones McCrary out top. Looking for Anthony Brown in the post, and Brown, what a finish. Great pass by the big fella, Jones McCrary, and Anthony Brown spun out of his post position and got the easy layup to drop. Pritchett's 3 off the mark, and rebound batted out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers. It's going to be Evangel basketball on the baseline. See if we can get a replay of that lob and finish for Anthony Brown. Pritchett fronting the post, and that's a good catch and a great finish. Elmore guarding Alvarado out high. Now Bryce Hunt one-on-one with Jones McCurry. He hands it back off to Alvarado, who buries the 3 off the dribble handoff, make it a 10-point ball game. First points of the game for junior guard Manrique Alvarado from Costa Rica. Ed Wright finally cools off. His 3 from the corner off the mark. Evangel a chance to make this a single-digit ball game. This is a veteran Evangel team, all upperclassmen in the starting lineup. They bring a couple of freshmen off the bench, but these guys have been in just about every situation. Didn't even blink coming out of halftime with a 14-point deficit, and Josh Pritchett gets the and 1. He's now got 12, looking to add to it, and it's Anthony Brown's second personal foul. Pritchett, a transfer from Rockhurst, but has spent the last 3 seasons with Evangel and been an all-conference performer, I think every year. If not every year, at least the last couple. Elmore brings it across the timeline, going to direct traffic for the Pioneers. Zipper cut for Anthony Brown. They deny it, so Mackay drives baseline, has to pick the dribble up. Jones McCrary becomes the pressure relief. Skip pass to the corner for Alexander. Probes. Ball stays on the perimeter. Wright flashes high post. Brown finally gets to him. Skip pass. Good defensive possession for Evangel. Jones McCrary bails out the Pioneers with the jump hook. So patient offensive possession, and Jones McCrary gets the jump hook to drop. Pioneers lead by 9, and we'll take a 30-second timeout. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Alvarado handling the point guard duties now. 17:30 to go in the ball game. Pioneers a 9-point lead. Goes to Jace Coffey in the high post, fresh off the bench, and Coffey turns it over. Anthony Brown throws it right back to A-Cord. Coffey now in transition, right to the rim. Should have been an offensive foul, and it was. Official near midcourt was waiting for the baseline referee to call a charge. The official on the baseline didn't do it, and the ref came charging in from half court to bail him out. It's absolutely the right call, a charge on Jace Coffey. There's a conference going on between those two officials right now, and no, they're not going to change the call. It is an offensive foul. The officials have had their conference and chosen to stay with the offensive foul on Jace Coffey. Coffey's third personal, and Elmore trapped near midcourt. That ball is going to be off of Makai's knee, out of bounds, and it'll be Evangel basketball. It's been a physical defensive game from Evangel. A-Cord forces the turnover. Alvarado into the paint, over the top of Jones McCrary. What a finish, Manrique Alvarado. That is a tough shot. Fading into the corner and got it over the long arms of Jones McCrary, who's one of the best shot blockers in the heart of America. A-Cord right back to hounding the basketball out top. Elmore off the little pistol action, give and go. Looking for Jones McCrary in the post. Definitely has a height advantage on Jace Coffey, but Coffey so sturdy. Pioneers turn it over, looking to get it to Jones McCrary, and again, Coffey did a nice job fronting the post. Martinborough, open three from the corner, left it short. That's one of those momentum-changing shots. You could feel Cook Center hold their collective breath when Martinborough rose up for that three. Pioneers fortunate. Defensive rebound, and in transition, Elmore to the cup. Left-handed layup up and good. Makai Elmore puts the Pioneers back in front by 9. The freshman's been rock solid all night. Has 9 points, several assists, rebounds, done a nice job on the defensive end. Just had an all-around game for number 11 in the white jerseys, aside from his 2 personal fouls. Found himself on the bench for a bit there in the first half due to fouls. Spin move from Pritchett and thrown off the backboard by Jones McCrary. He's going to go to the line for 2. I'm not sure if they're going to get Makai or Caleb for the foul. It is on Elmore. That's good news. Although that is 3 fouls on Elmore now. The Pioneers thin at the front line, and Jones McCrary more likely to pick up a couple fouls late than is Elmore, so we'll take that trade-off. Makai stays in the game with 3. Garrett DeVault checks into the ball game for the Evangel Valor, along with Steven Salvi. Salvi from Boca Raton, Florida. Another one of those Florida products. DeVault from just up the street from Evangel, a local Norwood, Missouri product. Pioneers going to look to go inside of Jones McCrary over the top. Coffey fronts. Instead, they swing it to Ed Wright, whose 3 hits every part of the rim and doesn't drop. But Jake Alexander cleans up the mess. Another offensive rebound and another putback for number 13 in the white. Doing what he does best, crashing the offensive glass. Pushes the lead back out to double digits. DeVault given all kinds of space by Jones McCrary. Doesn't even look at the rim. Swings it to Josh Pritchett, and that's a good play. Now DeVault's going to take a 3 from the wing. Doesn't draw iron. And sometimes, especially with these young guys, you see a defensive possession where they're not guarding you at all, and all of a sudden that basket shrinks up on you. It's a mental game as much as anything else. As you'll see the nice putback there by Jake Alexander. Alvarado goes high post to Coffey. This time Coffey fakes the handoff, thought about dumping it inside to Alvarado, but Elmore able to recover. DeVault attacks the space, tries to go over the top of Jones McCrary to no avail. Good defense by Caleb. And that's a matchup the Pioneers have taken advantage of here tonight. DeVault, who's had some big games and had a heck of a freshman campaign, but struggling on the offensive end here this evening due to the game plan, scouting report defense. Pioneers lead by 10, 14 and a half to go in the game. Salvi and Anthony Brown battling for position. Lots of contact there on the wing. Brown one-on-one. Here comes that double team. He spins baseline away from the help defense and misses the jump hook. Anthony has not seen a lot of one-on-one defense tonight in the half court. Evangel sending two bodies at the ball. Pritchett one-on-one with Brown, swings to Salvi. Salvi enters the post to Jace Coffey, and Jake Alexander read it like a book. Fought around and just about had a steal, but lost it out of bounds on the sideline. And Autry Cord back into the ballgame. Josh Pritchett will take a seat. Pioneers don't mind seeing number 2 with a Gatorade cup in his hands on the bench. And Alvarado all alone at the top of the key, missed a 3. Fortunate defensive possession. Alvarado can really shoot it. You can't be more open than that. Great pass. Anthony Brown found Caleb Jones-McCrary, who had a little guard sealed off in the post, but Jace Coffey with a spectacular block leads to an easy 2 in transition for Evangel. What a play defensively by Coffey. There's the easy dunk for Jones-McCrary. Makai Elmore gets into the paint and drops one off for his big fellow, who throws one down. Coffey that time was trying to draw a charge, and when he hit the deck, there was nobody there to impede the progress of Jones-McCrary to the rim. DeVault all alone in the corner. Jones-McCrary giving him all kinds of space. Back to DeVault. He attacks Jones-McCrary. This time keeps the dribble alive. Swung back to Alvarado. Late shot clock. Going to have to force to the rim, and he was fouled on the floor, I believe on the floor, by Ed Wright. It was on the floor, so that's Ed's second personal. Put 20 seconds back on the shot clock, and it'll be Evangel basketball on the baseline. Brooks Langer checks back into the game for the Pioneers. Langer, who on his first touch in the first half, fresh off the bench, buried a 3 in the corner, looking to provide a spark offensively. Evangel shows so much help from the weak side defensively. They have to because of the way they play ball screen defense. And when you can put a guy like Brooks Langer in the weak side corner, that skip pass 3 is a threat for the offense. Good defensive possession. Pioneers force the turnover. Student section happy to tell them about the shot selection, which happened to be an air ball. Kobe Reese checks back in for Jones-McCrary. Kobe picked up 2 quick fouls in the first half, and he's got a interesting matchup with Coffey. And now Coffey going to exit the ball game, so Kobe Reese now going to be matched up with Brock Smith, who's more of a shooting guard. Stands at just 6'4", Reese at 6'7". We'll see if the Pioneers look to go inside at that matchup. 5-double. We'll see a little stagger double out of the corner. And Langer couldn't handle it. Makai Elmore saved it from going out of bounds on the sideline right in front of the Pioneer bench. And Elmore, the blow-by in the bucket, gets the teardrop to fall. Elmore in double figures with 11. Makai so quick. That first step is just nasty quick. You can turn the lights off and get in bed before the room is dark. Reese guarding Salvi out top, who getting the air ball chance from the crowd. And good defense by Brooks Langer. Got a piece of that shot from Martinborough. Pioneers with a 12-point lead looking to add to it. Skip pass, that's what I'm talking about. Brooks Langer in the corner, wide open just off the back rim, but that's the look. The Evangel showing so much help from that weak side corner. That skip pass 3 is wide open, and Langer got himself a good look off the skip pass from Anthony Brown that time. Ed Wright whistled for his 3rd personal. 15th foul here in the second half on the Pioneers. 3 now on Makai Elmore and 3 on Ed Wright. So a little bit of foul trouble brewing here for the Pioneers. Autry Acord's free throw up and in. And Acord hits them both. Alvarado back in for the Valor along with senior Josh Pritchett. Elmore, who has been picked up full court all night long, and the primary ball handling responsibilities rest in his hands for about 35 minutes a game, has done a nice job taking care of the basketball. That's not an easy task, especially for a freshman. Pick and roll from Reese. Kobe into the post. There's that skip to Ed Wright this time. Wright drives in the corner. Skip pass to Elmore. Hesitates into the paint. Floater at the end of the shot clock just rattles out. Good awareness by the freshman to get it off as time expired on the shot clock. Just no basket that time. Salvi, trailer in transition, gets the 3 to go. Salvi's first basket of the ball game. He can fill it up. He's had several scoring outbursts in his young Evangel career off the bench and as a starter. His role has changed multiple times, but can score points in bunches when he gets going. So not a guy you want to give open looks to. Wright hesitates, blow by into the paint and the reverse layup. Oh my goodness. Ed Wright with the finishing package. He spent 5,000 VC on the finishing package, gets all the way up in the air, puts a little English on it, and finishes on the other side of the rim with the reverse. His first 2 of the second half, but he leads all scorers with 20. Pritchett into the paint, nice feed, dropped it off for Steven Salvi. He scored the last 5 points for Evangel. That's the attention that Josh Pritchett commands when he has the basketball. 10 sets of eyes on the defense are going to be looking at number 2. Wright refuses the ball screen, drives baseline, gets another one to go. Ed Wright having himself a ball game, continuing to fill it up in the scoring column. Alvarado into the paint, got a switch. Kobe Reese gonna have to provide some help. Elmore stuck on the 6'5" Salvi in the post. Help does come. There's the skip pass and way off the mark. Alvarado, who's a good shooter, not close on that one.
Fouls on number 11. Fouls on number 11, Makai Elmore.
They're gonna get Makai Elmore for a loose ball foul. And that is a big, big whistle because we're headed to the under 10 media timeout, and Elmore will not be back on the floor after it, I would imagine. That is his 4th personal foul. So we'll be back in 1 minute after the media timeout. Pioneers with a 9-point lead on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. So coming out of the under 10 media timeout, 9:39 to go in the ball game. A quick lob on the inbound to Martinborough. Alexander alertly came down with him, eliminated the easy layup, and Jake's going to be whistled for a foul. He jumped that dribble handoff and would have had a layup the other way. And they're going to change the call. Let's take a look. There's a technical foul on Coach Bert Capel. So official came in from the opposite sideline and wanted to switch that foul on Alexander. You'll see the replay here and call it actually on number 2, Josh Pritchett. So instead of the foul on Alexander, it's an illegal screen on Pritchett prior to. So they're going to whistle the foul there, and then Coach Capel contesting that decision throws down his towel on the scorer's table in protest. The official took exception to it, calls the technical foul, and Ed Wright walks to the line and buries the first. That is a momentum-changing sequence there in the Pioneers' favor. So 2 shots in the ball. Ed Wright knocks down both free throws. He's got his 23rd and 24th points of the ball game, and it's going to be Pioneer basketball. Anthony Brown tasked with running the show at the point guard spot now with Elmore on the bench and his 4 fouls. They go to Jones McCrary out top. He's hounded by the much smaller Brock Smith. Smith did a nice job fronting the post. Anthony Brown's post shot unable to drop, as well was the offensive rebound and putback, and Autry Acord takes full advantage, goes right to the rim and scores in transition. It's a 9-point game. Acord now has 6. Anthony Brown hounded out top by Acord. Gets it right back, goes to Ed Wright. There's that skip pass to Langer. Now Alexander drives off the slot and he's fouled. That's the 5th team foul on Evangel, so no bonus free throws yet, but upcoming. Pioneers with 6 team fouls. Evangel in the bonus the rest of the way. It's the first personal on Brock Smith.
Substitution for Evangel, number 21, Bryce Hunt.
Coach Capel dangerously close to picking up a second technical, which would send him into the locker room. I'm not sure what was said there, but the official took exception to it. Turnover. Pioneers trying to feed the post to Jones McCrary. Bryce Hunt comes down with the steal. Alvarado probes, gets it to Pritchett. Pritchett had a great first 10 minutes, has been quiet since. I think he had 10 points in the first 10 minutes. He sits at 14 now. Hunt right to the rim over Jones McCrary for the basket. Bryce Hunt, a terrific player. I think he's been hampered by injury. I know he missed some games in the middle of the season, and he was hobbled a bit early on tonight. Effective when he's on the floor, has 11. And now you're seeing the impact of not having Mekhi Elmore on the floor. The Pioneers, without a true point guard, are tasking others to handle the basketball against this ball pressure, and it has discombobulated the Pioneers at times. That turnover on the far sideline is going to have Coach Hepker and assistant coach Hudson Welty talk things over on the bench. It's a full timeout. We'll take one with them. MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. Just a 7-point ball game, still well within reach for a team who spent the better part of the season in the top 25 rankings in Evangel. Martinborough turns it over. Anthony Brown read that like a book, jumped the passing lane. It was intended for Bryce Hunt. Brown just playing free safety. That was old early 2000s Ed Reed, just jumped it. Pioneers looking to go high-low to Jones McCrary, and it's turned over. Josh Pritchett returns the favor. Came over and helped and stole away the entry pass. Hunt now isolated out on the right wing with Langer. Size advantage for Hunt there. Langer looking to switch off with Brown. Does, but a foul on Jones McCrary.
Fouled by 23, Caleb Jones McCrary.
So with 7.5 minutes to go, Coach Hepker going to roll the dice and send his point guard, Mekhi Elmore, back into the ballgame with 4 fouls. Evangel, a veteran group and a well-coached group, I would imagine are going to go right at Mekhi on the defensive end and try to make him pick up his 5th. Be interesting to see how the Pioneers handle that. They may even go to their 3-2 zone, which is effective at times and can help preserve guys in foul trouble. We'll see. 5-point ball game. Pioneers, who got off to a blistering start, have slowed down here in the second half. Go to Ed Wright out top off the zipper cut. Right to Alexander. He drives baseline. Pro hop, kept his pivot foot down, got it to Elmore, poked away. Acord, great hands on the ball. Such a good defender. Elmore with the pretty behind the back, goes right to the cup between 2 defenders. That is a big-time basket. The young fella just blows right by one of the best on-ball defenders in the heart of America, splits 2 at the rim and scores. And now Elmore in the post has just no chance to guard Bryce Hunt. Does the smart thing, doesn't pick up his 5th foul. As Hunt gets the easy deuce. Ed Wright looking to answer. Shoots the 3 in transition, and it was halfway down and just popped out. It's one of those shots that can be a dagger if it goes. It can hurt you if it doesn't. Just unlucky. And offensive rebound battled for by 4 hands. Eventually the Pioneers get it, and they've got numbers. Jones McCurry in transition. Out to Jake Alexander. 3 on the way. No good. Look good all the way. Rattles out again, and Bryce Hunt comes down with the rebound for Evangel. Valor going to take a timeout, talk things over. We'll take one with him. Replays upcoming. You see Mekhi Elmore with the beautiful behind the back and the tough finish. And we got a full timeout in the Cook Center. 6:17 to go in the ballgame. Pioneers lead by 5. MNUsports.com. I got a feeling this one's going to come down to the wire, and major implications in seeding for the Heart of America Conference Tournament. Evangel in a multiple team tie for second place, only behind William Penn. Pioneers fighting to try to get a home game in the tournament. Pritchett gets the switch. Jones McCurry guarded out top. Crossover dribble into the paint, right to the basket in the bucket. Josh Pritchett gets the bucket to go, and it is a 3-point game. Pritchett now with 16. There's an all-conference performer and a senior, showing you why. Elmore, high post, Jones McCurry. Pioneers running some offense around Caleb on the elbow, and Caleb just decides to turn and go right to the cup. Couldn't get the left-handed layup to go. Anthony Brown got the offensive rebound and was tied up, but jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. Elmore going to inbound baseline underneath. They're going to isolate Anthony Brown on the block. Got it to him. He was fouled by Salvi on the quick entry pass.
That's his third, 16th foul.
You see Salvi grabbing the jersey there. A little bit like the play that won the Super Bowl for the Chiefs, with Bradbury grabbing Juju Smith-Schuster's jersey from behind. Similar action. Great pass from Brown into the corner from Mekhi Elmore, who buried the triple, but you can take it off the board. Is Anthony Brown going to be hit with the offensive foul? Mekhi continues to hit big shots. This one just not going to count, as Brown got into the paint through the skip pass and landed on Jace Coffey. I don't think Anthony Brown had time to land. It's a tough whistle if you're a Pioneer fan. Take 3 points off the board and give Anthony his third foul. Alvarado probing out top, looking for cutters. Evangel constantly in that motion, and they're going to get Ed Wright for a hold away from the ball, and it's free throws the rest of the way. Pioneers, that's their 9th team foul. And foul trouble piling up now for the Pioneers. Mekhi Elmore has 4, and now Ed Wright joins him with 4 fouls. Still 5 minutes to go in the game. You can't have either of those guys on the bench, but awfully tough to play a team as physical as Evangel with 4 fouls down the stretch. One-point game in the Cook Center, 68-67 lead for the Pioneers. It was all Mid-America early. Evangel has clawed their way back into it. Ed Wright stops, gets A-Court off balance, turns it over. Was looking for Alexander in the corner, and Alvarado jumped it. Steal for Manrique. He's probing, picked his dribble up, got it to Coffey in the corner. Coffey, dribble handoff back to Alvarado. Backdoor cut, Pritchett to the rim, couldn't get it to go. Great play by Anthony Brown, came over in transition, forced the miss. I'm not sure if he got a piece of that basketball or if he just came over and helped and caused the miss. Regardless, great defensive play, and it's going to be MNU basketball. 4.5 to go. Elmore brings it across the timeline. Zipper cut to Ed Wright. Comes that high ball screen from Jones McCrary. Swings to Mekhi in the corner. Baseline drive, pull-up jumper, fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2. I'm not sure what the argument is. Martinborough's upset, maybe with himself. Clearly a foul on a pull-up jump shooter. Yeah, got him all over the elbow. As you saw the replay there. Shout out to my producer, all over the replays tonight. Mekhi walks to the free throw line, knocks down the first. Anthony Brown being tended to by the trainers right in front of the Pioneer bench. Just working out a cramp on his calf, I believe. Stays on the floor, and Elmore knocks down both. It's a 3-point lead. Mekhi now with 15 in the ballgame. Got to imagine the Pioneers are hoping to attack Elmore or Ed Wright, either one, both sitting with 4 fouls. Instead, they attack Jake Alexander, and Steven Salvi gets the left-handed jump hook to go. Here comes the spread high ball screen. Nope, top of the key, entry pass to Jones McCrary. A lot of help out of that weak side corner. Alexander all alone. Anthony Brown sees it. Here comes the double team. There's the skip pass. Jake Alexander from the corner, and the 3 goes down. Alexander with a huge shot, knocks down a big triple, puts the Pioneers back up by 4. Evangel showing so much help out of that weak side corner, and that time Pioneers make them pay. It's a big shot from the senior. Ed Wright one-on-one with Pritchett. Can't pick up his 5th. Pritchett spins baseline. Shot off the mark. Caleb came over and helped and maybe forced the errant field goal attempt from Pritchett. Martinborough will check back in. The jump ball arrow favored Evangel, but in the final 3 minutes, flip that back in the Pioneers' direction. Valor inbound in the corner to Adriel Martinborough, and Ed Wright just smacks it out of his hands out of bounds. It'll still be Evangel basketball on the sideline. Arrow flipped back toward Mid-America Nazarene. Valor get it in, high post, go right to Stephen Salvi in the corner, and he buries the triple. Salvi with a big shot, cuts it from a 4-point game right back to 1, answers the 3 with a 3 of his own, and he's got 10 points all in the second half. He and Salvi and Brown are battling for position on the block. It has been a physical game. Alexander goes by the ball pressure into the paint and scores. Jake Alexander with back-to-back big baskets. He's in double figures with 11. All 5 Pioneer starters now in double figures scoring. 75-72 lead. 2.5 to go. Lob pass over the top to Coffey. He missed the bunny. Anthony Brown comes down with the rebound. Pioneers have numbers. It's a 2-on-2 break. Right to the cup. Throws it up for Caleb Jones-McCrary, and he finishes on the left side. Ed Wright threw up the alley-oop lob in a contested 2-on-2 fashion, but Jones-McCrary went up and got it and lays it in. Timeout Evangel. It's a 5-point lead for the Pioneers. 77-72, 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the ballgame. We got a full timeout in the Cook Center. It's a 2-possession ball game, and Stephen Salvi will inbound on the sideline for Evangel. They go to Martinborough left side, get it right back to Salvi, going to his left hand, and Caleb Jones-McCrary erased it. What a block shot by Caleb Jones-McCrary. The Evangel sideline wants a goaltend. I don't think so. An unbelievable block by Jones-McCrary. 2 minutes to go and dwindling. Pioneers lead by 5. Brown out top, skips it to Alexander. Extra pass, Elmore in the corner. He got it. Makai Elmore with a dagger 3 from the corner in front of the Pioneer bench. How many big shots has this young kid hit already in his freshman campaign? Jace Coffey, the offensive rebound, spins into Jones-McCrary. It's going to be a foul on the floor. Doesn't matter. It'll be 2 shots the rest of the way. Double bonus. Jace Coffey going to head to the line for 2, a double bonus. It's the 3rd personal on, it's the 4th personal on Jones-McCrary. So Makai Elmore, Ed Wright, and Caleb Jones-McCrary all with 4, but just a minute and a half to go in the ballgame. An 8-point lead. The last thing that can happen here is you give up an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. This box out becomes very important. With a 6'8 Jones-McCrary set to box point guard Idriel Martinborough, but he can jump out of the gym. Doesn't even go for it. Alexander comes away with the board. So a 7-point lead, 1:25 to go. Elmore handles the full court pressure. Makai keeps the dribble alive out near midcourt. They go high post to Jones-McCrary, and he's fouled by Jace Coffey. You could have maybe called a personal foul on every single possession from Evangel's half-court defense. They are that physical. And it's a good coaching tactic. That's the old Bob Huggins in West Virginia and K-State. They're not going to call them all, just beat them up all night long. But they called that one with a minute 13 to go, and Caleb Jones-McCrary is going to walk to the line for a 1-and-1. So a big front end of a 1-and-1 here for Jones-McCrary. And he gets the first to go. That is in my opinion, the most difficult free throw in basketball is that front end of the 1-and-1. If you miss the front end, it's just about it's a turnover. It's an empty possession. Now you can turn it into 2 points. And Caleb rattles out the second, so an 8-point lead with 1:10 to play. Martinborough into the paint. To the bucket, layup's good, and he's going to go to the line for one more. A late whistle from the sideline official. Going to get Anthony Brown. Why not add Anthony Brown to the list of guys with 4 personal fouls? It's all of the Pioneer starters, aside from Jake Alexander, with 4. So avoiding overtime becomes imperative now with the foul situation. Got to knock down free throws and win it in regulation. Martinborough leaves the free throw short. Ed Wright comes down with the board, and he's going to go to the line for 1-and-1. If you're a Pioneer fan, Ed Wright is the guy you want to see at the free throw line, an excellent free throw shooter and a guy who's already got 24 points tonight.
Ed Wright at the line, shooting 1-and-1.
Wright's first one on the way, and it rattles out. Alexander just about stole an extra possession on the offensive rebound, and that's what he does best. But Ed Wright, again, that guy's right around a 90% free throw shooter. Misses the front end. So now both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way, under a minute to go. Dribble handoff, pistol action. Pritchett, pull up 3 off the dribble. He's fouled. He gets the 3 to go. It fouls out Caleb Jones-McCrary, and he's going to go to the line for a chance at a 4-point play. So Josh Pritchett now with 21 points, a 4-point play that fouls out the Pioneers' big man, Caleb Jones-McCrary. Pioneer coaching staff want to talk things over. Pioneers still lead by 6. It should be 5 after you would expect Pritchett to knock down this free throw. So making your free throw is going to be, oh. Excuse me, they had the score wrong on the board. It's a 3-point lead for the Pioneers, 81-78. A chance to make it a 2-point ball game for Josh Pritchett coming out of this full timeout. We'll take a quick break. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. So the score is 81-78 with Pritchett at the line for one more. And 51.8 to go in the ballgame. Pritchett gets the foul shot to go, so 2-point game. Full court press shown by Evangel. Pioneers get it into Ed Wright. Now back to Anthony Brown. Anthony going to have to handle, bring it across himself. Brown one-on-one with Salvi all the way out top. Going to let this clock get all the way down, try to score late, make it a 2-possession game with the shot clock off. Brown switch on by Pritchard, and he goes right to the rim over the top of Josh Pritchett on the switch. Gets the layup to go, makes it a 2-possession game. That is a big-time basket by a big-time player, Anthony Brown. Pritchett in response at the rim, gets his layup to go. Shot clock is off the rest of the way, so Evangel going to have to foul if they can't force a turnover in the backcourt. Josh Pritchett now with 24 points in the game. Anthony Brown with a big bucket on one end, Pritchett with the response, and we are right back in the same situation. A 2-point lead for the Pioneers. Only now shot clock's off, and Evangel's going to have to foul if they can't force a turnover in the backcourt. So we'll see what Coach Hepker has for the press break. Get your 5 best free throw shooters on the floor. And don't go anywhere. We're going to have a great finish in the Cook Center. 18.9 to go in the ballgame. MNUsports.com. Anthony Brown will be the inbounder. Length of the floor to go. It's Makai Elmore, Jake Alexander, Ed Wright, and Brooks Langer, the 5 on the floor for the Pioneers. Full court press, Salvi playing center field, and we're going to get a foul on Autry Acord. He and Elmore tangled up their feet. I think they are both in pain. They both may have rolled an ankle there, inadvertent. But a foul with no time coming off the clock. You'll see it here. It's Acord and Elmore at the bottom of your screen. Just got their feet tangled up. So Makai's going to walk to the line for 2 with a bit of a limp in his left foot. Pioneers put nobody into offensive rebound, trusting Makai to knock him down, and he misses the front end. So now it becomes, if Makai hits the second, do you foul up 3 and eliminate the opportunity for Evangel to tie, or play it out straight defensively? Makai does hit the second. Pioneers have practiced this time and time again, so they've got a game plan for an up 3 late game situation. It's Pritchard into the paint. Josh Pritchett all the way to the bucket. His layup is good. So Josh Pritchett over and over answering the bell. He's got 26. 8.4 to go in the ballgame. Pioneers lead by 1. Full timeout in the Cook Center. We'll be right back. MNUsports.com. .4 seconds to play. Pioneers with a 1-point lead. Anthony Brown to inbound once again. Evangel, of course, in the full court press, trying to deny the inbound, and will have to foul immediately. Pioneers get it in to Brooks Langer, and he's fouled there by Alvarado. So the sophomore out of Harrisonville, Missouri, going to step to the line with a 1-point lead. 6.9 to go in the game. As Langer walks to the free throw line. And going to have some more time to think about it, as the officials want to see how much time should be remaining on the clock as the foul was committed. So they're going to take a quick conference, verify that 6.9 is the correct amount of time before Brooks attempts these 2 free throws. So after all that, we're going to ice a shooter, take an extra 5 minutes, and put .2 back on the clock. 7.1 as opposed to 6.9 is the only change. Langer at the line for 2. First one up and good for Brooks. And Coach Burt Capel going to make him think a little bit longer about this second one. So timeout Evangel. And Langer will be at the line for one more when we come back. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Brooks Langer at the line for one more, a chance to make this a 3-point game. And he knocks it down. Calm, cool, and collected, Brooks Langer steps to the line with all kinds of time to think about it and knocks down both free throws. Then Langer commits the foul on purpose. That's coach. They were intentionally fouling there to send Evangel to the line for 2 shots as opposed to an opportunity to hit a 3 and tie the ball game. Alvarado at the line for 2. Bryce Hunt and Kobe Reese both set to check in for their respective clubs and battle for this rebound, I'm sure. Evangel also going to send big fella Ike Egwu into the ballgame for the first time today. Surely it is for an opportunity at an offensive rebound, as they've checked in Bryce Hunt and Egwu and put them on the block in the offensive rebounding position, and Coach Hepker wants to talk about it. He sent Kobe Reese in on one side to box out Bryce Hunt. We'll see who's matched up with Egwu, and if Alvarado misses this foul shot intentionally, which 5.8, it's still kind of right in between. Do you miss it intentionally or make the free throw and play the fouling game once again? The chess match between these two coaches continues. We'll be back after a full timeout at MNUsports.com.
At Mid-America, we are committed to ensuring our graduates walk away with the skill sets that they need. And we have exciting new programs that are part of our professional and graduate studies and our traditional studies here at Mid-America. As you can see, Mid-America is an exciting place to be, and we're ready for you to jump in and join us as we move forward, transforming the world for our God.
The last 15 seconds of a basketball game like this can take 15 minutes. And Manrique Alvarado back at the free throw line for the second of his 2 attempts on this single possession. A timeout by Coach Hepker made him think about it just a bit. And Anthony Brown and Kobe Reese on the bottom of the block here with a big box out opportunity should Alvarado miss this free throw. And he steps up, does miss, and Kobe Reese goes up for the rebound. Big play by the transfer from Spokane, Washington. And he's tied up on the rebound, so a great board by Kobe Reese. The jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. What a play by Kobe. Come off the bench and go get the biggest rebound of the ball game against a very athletic player in Bryce Hunt. Hunt able to tie him up for the jump ball, but no matter as Pioneers had possession arrow. So 4.3 to go. Full timeout in the Cook Center. Pioneers got to inbound one more time and knock down 2 free throws to put this game on ice. We'll be back at MNUsports.com. From Evangel. Pioneers leading by 2. Ed Wright coming hard to the basketball, not there. Brown finally inbounds, and Evangel again fouls prior to the inbounds pass. That's the second time they've done that, which is, if you're going to get it in, that's a great play. Save the time off the clock. It's going to send senior Jake Alexander to the line for 2. Neither team has a timeout left. The only way that either team will have an opportunity to talk things over will be if one of these Pioneers in foul trouble picks up their 5th. Alexander steps to the line, knocks down the free throw. Pioneers lead by 3. A chance to put this game away. The senior from McPherson at the line. It rattles out. Pritchett the rebound, a chance to tie. He crosses midcourt, and he's fouled on a 3-point attempt by Anthony Brown. That is the second time. That is the second time in this ball game that Evangel has been fouled shooting a 3 at the buzzer. In the first half, it was Martinborough from way outside, and he went to the line for 3 shots. This time, it's Josh Pritchett, maybe the best player in the conference, or one of the better players in the conference, who's going to go to the line for 3 free throw attempts and an opportunity to tie the ball game. Not only that, but it's Anthony Brown's 5th personal, so should this game be tied and go to overtime, the Pioneers will be without Caleb Jones-McCrary or Anthony Brown. So head coach Adam Hepker pleading with the student section of the Pioneers to make some noise for the 3 biggest free throws of the game. 1.1 was put back on the shot clock, or of the game clock, excuse me, and Pritchett at the line. Josh Pritchett connects on the first. Pritchett, an excellent free throw shooter. Got to knock down 2 more to tie this thing up. He missed it. Josh Pritchett left it short. A first-team all-conference player left it short. And here comes Ike Igwu and Bryce Hunt back into the game for that offensive rebound opportunity. Kobe Reese and Jake Alexander. Excuse me, it's going to be Kobe Reese and Ed Wright tasked with the box out. So Josh Pritchett going to have to miss this intentionally. Pioneers going to send freshman Caden Caberline into the ballgame for the first time. He's got the task of coming in cold off the bench to box out Bryce Hunt. The freshman big fella Caden Caberline with a chance to make a huge play with 1 second on the clock. Intentional miss upcoming from Josh Pritchett, and the Pioneers got to get a rebound to win this ballgame. Pritchett's shot on the way. Too strong. Off the mark. Rebound up and in by Ike Igwu. They're going to take a look at it to see if he got it off in time. I got to tell you, I think he did. We'll see a replay in just a second. Adriel Martinborough came flying in from the three-point line. Didn't get the offensive rebound, but it fell in the waiting arms of Ike Igwu, and he clearly got it off in time. That basket's going to count. No, he has to release the basketball before the clock expires, and he clearly does. Now, Pioneer fans might argue that the clock should have started the moment Martinborough touched it. I still don't think it was too much time elapsed. 1.1 seconds is a lot of time. Doesn't start until a player touches. I think Adriel Martinborough may have entered the lane early. He did. He was in there prior to the ball hitting the rim. Martinborough can't cross the three-point line until the ball's hit the rim. That's a lane violation. I don't know if the officials can go back and reverse that or not. I'm not sure if that's a reviewable call. I don't think they can reverse it if they didn't call it live, and that's probably what's going on here. So Ike Igwu gets the field goal to go prior to the clock expiring, and we're going to go to overtime. And the Pioneers are going to have to figure it out without all-conference player and Caleb Jones-McCrary and all-conference player Anthony Brown. Unbelievable ending to regulation.
We have overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
Five more minutes here in the Cook Center. The Pioneers, if they're going to pull off the win here against Evangel, are going to have to do so shorthanded in overtime. It's Kobe Reese, Jake Alexander, Brooks Langer, Ed Wright, and Makai Elmore on the floor for the Pioneers. We got a 5-minute segment to play. Elmore with 4 personals. Ed Wright with 4 personals, and we can ill afford one more of those guys to head to the bench to join Brown and Jones-McCrary. Kobe Reese wins the tip. Langer comes down with it. All tied up at 87, headed to overtime. Pioneers with the first possession. Just about turned it over. Elmore able to track it down near midcourt. Gets it back to to Jake Alexander. Alexander into the paint, looking for Kobe Reese. Out of bounds, last touch by Evangel. Elmore will inbound. Gets it out top to Reese. Reese to Ed Wright. Right, guarded out top on a switch by Hunt. Has to shoot it late shot clock. Offensive rebound battled for, but eventually falls in the hands of Martinborough. Martinborough in transition to the cup, lost it. Brooks Langer poked it away. Here come the Pioneers in transition with numbers. Right, to the cup, bucket. If the Pioneers are going to do it in overtime, it's going to have to be number 5 in the white jerseys carrying the load offensively, and he's done it all night. He's got 26. Pritchett, he's also got 27 for Evangel, one-on-one with sophomore Brooks Langer in the post. Step through, reverse layup, basket. Josh Pritchett answers the bell again for the Valley. Elmore turns it over, unforced error. Martinborough swings, Pritchett again to the paint, and he's going to go to the line for 2, and that's going to foul out Makai Elmore. That's the 5th personal on Makai. He's going to exit the ball game with 19 points. Played a heck of a game. And now 3 of the major pieces in the Pioneers starting lineup have fouled out of the ball game. Pritchett at the line, knocks it down. Gives Evangel their first lead in I don't know how long, maybe of the ball game. Josh Pritchett 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 31. Just carrying the load for Evangel offensively. Jonella Ponte into the ball game, handling out top. Gets it to Wright. Wright skips to Langer. Brooks Langer's drive. Got Bryce Hunt off his feet, and Langer's going to go to the line for 2. Nice play by Brooks. Shot fake, got into the paint, and got Bryce Hunt to bite on the shot fake. Just about landed on Brooks' head. Langer going to head back to the line for 2. Chance to tie this thing up. And just as he did in regulation, walks to the line and knocks down big free throws. Langer now with 6. Make it 7. All tied up at 91. 3:28 to go in the game. In overtime. Alexander matched up with Josh Pritchett out top. Langer one-on-one with Pritchett. That is a difficult matchup. Kobe Reese comes over and help, and Alexander comes away with the steal. Langer throws it out of bounds. He was trying to throw it off of the leg of an Evangel player, and I don't know if he got it or not. Officials are going to conference about it. Both teams are awarded 1 additional timeout here in overtime, and I think we're going to have an official timeout to take a look. I'm not sure what the officials are discussing. Oh, if they want to put 20 seconds back on the shot clock because of a change of possession, and that's what they do. So they're going to say Langer had possession changed, and so they're going to get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Martinborough to Pritchett on the block with Ed Wright. Wright with the 4 fouls. Here comes Alexander in help. Ed Wright comes away with the steal. Poked it between the legs of Adriel Martinborough, and Ed Wright gets the possession back for the Pioneers. Aponte handles out top. Guarded by Martinborough. That's a difficult task. Coming on off the bench in overtime and be hounded by such a good on-ball defender. Wright attacks left side. Pull-up jumper, bucket. Ed Wright stays hot from the floor. He's got 28 and just willing the Pioneers to stay in this thing in overtime. 93-91 lead. Wright guarding A-Court out top. Evangel goes in the post to Bryce Hunt one-on-one with Kobe Reese. Jump hook, left it short. Alexander comes in for the rebound, and he's fouled. Jake Alexander with a big stop, a defensive rebound, and he's going to go to the line for 2. You see Bryce Hunt left that jump hook just short, and Alexander came flying in from the perimeter to grab a huge defensive rebound. got to love the job that Kobe Reese, Brooks Langer, and now Jonelle Aponte have done coming in off the bench in a huge spot against a good team and just providing winning plays. Steven Salvi will check back in for Evangel. Alexander off the mark on the first free throw. Missed them both. Off the mark, Alvarado comes down with the board. So an empty possession and no time expires as it was spent all at the free throw line. Acord drives, takes a off-balance shot on the baseline, nothing there. Trying to draw the fifth foul on Ed Wright. Wright stayed solid. Kobe Reese comes away with an errant pass, gets it to Alexander, who just decides to reset, get it to Ed Wright, and run some offense. I like that idea. Pioneers had 2-on-1 for a moment, but it was helter-skelter. Got to come away with the bucket. And Ed Wright going to go to the line. Autry Acord picks up another personal. That's his third. And Ed Wright going to go to the line for 2. Wright steps to the line, buries the first. Pioneers' lead is 3. Ed Wright with 29, a chance to make it 30 in a 2-possession game. And he does just that. 95-91 your score, 1:45 to go in overtime. Alvarado guarded out top by Alexander, and we've got an official's timeout. I think they had started the shot clock early. Alvarado let the ball roll, so you can't start it until he touched it. So they had to reset the shot clock to 29. Evangel goes inside to Salvi on the block, guarded by Reese. Dribble handoff to Alvarado. Good help defense by Reese. Alvarado now to Martinborough. Martinborough throws a lob. Salvi didn't go up to get it. It goes off the backboard, and Ed Wright comes down with what will be a rebound. It really is more of a steal, as that was a pass from Adriel Martinborough. Not on the same page with Steven Salvi. Langer swings it to Aponte. Jonelle back to Ed Wright, and Pioneers take their one and only timeout of overtime with a 4-point lead and 1:12 to go in the ballgame. Full timeout Pioneers. Will be back. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Jake Alexander to inbound on the sideline. You'd imagine it's getting into Ed Wright. It does. Wright one-on-one with Acord. Late shot clock, 10 to go. Wright gets a screen from Aponte. Now swings it to Jonelle out top. Late shot clock. Aponte going to have to create. Into the paint to Ed Wright on the backdoor cut, and Wright gets another bucket to go. Ed Wright with 32. The assist for Jonelle Aponte, and the Pioneers lead by 6. Under a minute to play. In the overtime, down 3 starters. Acord takes a 3 from the left slot, buries it. Cuts the lead in half. 47.8 to play. Alexander gets it into Langer. 3-point game. Langer to Jonelle. Aponte going to handle the point guard duties here late. Gets the ball back in the hands of Ed Wright. Tries to anyway. He's denied by Martinborough. Aponte now to Alexander. Back to Jonelle. He's got space. Gets into the paint. Kicks to Langer. Brooks drives in. A lot of contact, no whistle. Langer's floater from the corner goes down. Brooks Langer with a big basket puts the Pioneers back in top by 5. It's a 2-possession game. Shot clock is off. Pritchett looking to respond as he's done all night. Swings it out to Martinborough for 3, and Adriel Martinborough knocks down a triple. Evangel just will not go away. The 3 by Martinborough makes it a 2-point game once again. The Pioneers get it inbounds to Ed Wright, and he's going to go back to the line. The chance to make this a 3-point or 4-point lead once again. We have seen big shot after big shot by both teams. The response to adversity from both groups has been off the charts. Ed Wright missed the front end. Telling the official to dry the ball off, saying it's wet. And Evangel's going to take their one and only timeout of overtime. Let Ed think about this second free throw. Also give the Pioneers a chance to set up what they want to do defensively should they be up 2 or up 3. 11.7 to go in the game. Ed Wright with the second of his 2-shot free throw attempts. Excuse me, I'm all tongue-tied up here in overtime when we come back from a full timeout in the Cook Center. Thanks for being with us. You've seen a great game on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Ed Wright back at the line with a chance to make it a 3-point lead. Under 12 seconds to go in overtime. Pioneers again sending nobody into offensive rebound. Adriel Martinborough is all the way in the corner on the opposite end. Jake Alexander going to go with him. And Ed Wright missed them both, so it's a 2-point game, and Pioneers have to get a stop. Alvarado drives baseline, looking for Pritchett in the corner. They get it to him, got him off his feet. Pritchett drives into the paint, kicks out to Alvarado for 3 in the win. He missed it. Pioneers are going to win it. 99-97, Mid-American Nazarene hangs on in overtime, down 3 starters for the win. What a special performance by Ed Wright with 32 and big bucket after big bucket in overtime. Just pulled the bus up, told his teammates, hop in, I'm driving, I'll take us to victory. And tonight, victory's in Olathe, Kansas at Mid-American Nazarene University, where the Pioneers knock off Evangel 99-97. Would be remiss not to mention a monster performance from Josh Pritchett. And Pioneers will be back here Saturday for the final home game of the regular season on senior night against Graceland University here Saturday afternoon. Thanks for being with us, and good night, everybody.